What happened earlier today should have every Democrat in Washington scrambling and every Republican fired up. The red wave just took another step forward. Republicans didn't just win another seat in the House. They shifted the balance of power, reshaped the political map, and sent a loud message straight to the left. This is going to be a good one, so make sure you like, comment, watch to the end, and subscribe for daily news updates. It means the world to me, and don't forget to share. In North Carolina, the GOP legislator just passed a new congressional map that's explicitly designed to give Republicans one more seat in the House. The map redraws the boundaries of a swing district so that the district becomes more favorable to Republicans. Because of state law, the Democratic governor cannot veto the redistricting of the maps in North Carolina. So, the plan goes into full effect unless legal challenges can derail it. As we all know, map advantage is extremely important. Shifting a district from toss-up or slightly Democratic to lean towards Republican means fewer surprise states in the election and a better chance of winning electoral votes. That kind of structural change compounds over time. Beyond North Carolina, this shows that red states are willing and able to redraw maps proactively. And if this becomes the model, then we will see other states follow. The Republicans could build structural leverage across multiple states. Let's take a look at this clip of MSNBC breaking down the new seat and getting a look at the new congressional map before midterms. Watch this.
Breaking news in North Carolina, where the Republican legislature just officially redrew state maps in their own favor. MSNBC's Alex Tappett is reporting in Raleigh. So what happens now?
Now that the North Carolina State House passed the map today, yesterday the state Senate passed the map, this is the new map for the 2026 midterms. And that's because here in North Carolina, unlike in so many other states across the country, the governor does not have veto power here. Democratic Governor Josh Stein cannot reject these maps. Now, there are legal challenges already in place against this new congressional map. More legal challenges are expected to come, but the Democrats I've been speaking to are not feeling confident that the wheels of justice will be able to turn quickly enough to prevent these maps from being the contours of the 2026 midterms. Now, you hear right there protesters being led out, escorted out of the gallery of the State House here in North Carolina, the moments before the vote, chanting, "We need health care, not racist maps." And they're chanting that because this new map targets Congressional District 1 in North Carolina. That district, which you might be able to see on your screen in purple, that district has historically been seen as a district that's a seat at the table for black North Carolinians in the halls of Congress. This new map carves up those black communities in North Carolina, replaces those communities with whiter, more conservative communities, and Democrats say this new map dilutes the voice of black North Carolinians. Republicans deny that claim. They say they don't use racial data when they gerrymander these maps. And I heard one Republican on the House floor today say, "We are putting forward this map to make America great again and to further President."
In that clip, we can see how everything is being broken down and explained. The reporter gave insight of how the Democratic governor, Josh Stein, he doesn't have veto power here. He can't reject them. He can't really stop them unless they go the legal route. He did mention, though, that legal challenges are in place and more would be expected to come. But as of right now, what the Senate voted on in the vote that they just had today, it's expected to be finalized. If you key in on the purple area that was before and look at it now, it is much larger and it disregarded some other places, meaning that whole line has been redrawn. In the clip, they showed North Carolina voting on it, and we can see protesters there saying, "We want healthcare, not racist maps." Listening to that chant, it puts in perspective how many things will change for the communities. And because of it, jobs, healthcare, education, it's all going to be more favorable to the Republicans. I want to look at Republican Representative Brendan Jones explaining why this new drawing of maps strengthens GOP power. Watch this.
Because California and the radical left launched a full-fledged coordinated attack not only on North Carolina, but the integrity of democracy itself. And I've got bad news for Gavin Newsom and the radical left. North Carolina will not stand by while they try to undermine the will of our voters and stack the decks in Washington. Sadly, this isn't new. Just look around the country. In Massachusetts, New Mexico, and Connecticut, Republicans hold 0 congressional seats due to Democrat congressional map gerrymanders. It's the same playbook over and over. Well, enough is enough. We have been called to fight back, and that's exactly what this body intends to do. The motivation behind this new redistricting plan is straightforward. The new congressional map improves Republican political strength in eastern North Carolina and will bring in an additional Republican seat to North Carolina's congressional.
In that clip, Mr. Jones speaks his mind. He explains what's happening. He is tired of the way things have been before. There are places such as Massachusetts, New Mexico, Connecticut, where the Republicans don't have any seat there. The Democrats have all of it. So what they're really doing is just playing back what happened to them. They're using the same playbook and just doing exactly what happened to them back to the others. Now, is that necessarily wrong? I would say no, because they've been doing it back and forth for each other for years. All they're doing are putting things in line to favor their party. That's what's going to happen in politics. Lastly, I want to look at ABC going over the new congressional map.
The White House is considering a new congressional map that would help Republicans flip a Democratic seat. President Trump called on lawmakers to adopt the map in order to elect an additional MAGA Republican in the midterms. Now Republican lawmakers there are making it clear that's their goal.
The motivation behind this redraw is simple and singular. Draw a new map that will bring an additional Republican seat to the North Carolina congressional delegation. Republicans hold a razor-thin margin in the United States House of Representatives. And if Democrats flip 4 seats in the upcoming midterm elections, they will take control of the House and torpedo President Trump's agenda.
Protesters chanted in the chamber as the maps advanced out of committee, calling them racist, but Democrats have few options to fight the move. ABC News political director Avery Harper is here for more on all that. Hi, Avery. So how would this new map change representation in North Carolina, and what impact could it have on the balance of power in Congress?
Map that has been proposed and is moving through North Carolina's State House could make the state's first congressional district, which is currently held by a Democratic incumbent named Donald Davis, more vulnerable. Could be redrawn in favor of Republicans. It's important to remember here that the state of North Carolina, their congressional delegation is already overwhelmingly Republican. 10 Republicans hold seats versus only 4 Democrats in that state. And this is something that we're seeing protesters speak about in that state because it could oust the state's only black male member of Congress. And so we'll have to see what happens there. It's also important to remember that the governor, the Democratic governor in that state, cannot veto this map. And when you look at the big picture here, too, the Republicans' majority in Congress is already razor thin. So this could essentially shrink the field of competitive state races that we're watching next.
In that clip, we can see a speaker for the North Carolina delegation actually explaining the motivation for wanting to flip a seat. The main goal is to be favorable for the Republicans. They want to flip that seat. That seat that they're flipping, despite them already being 10-4, with 10 being Republicans and 4 being Democrats, it still holds a lot of value and power. Another point that makes this very important is the fact that Republicans are already razor thin when it comes to the U.S. House of Representatives. So they can flip this seat and possibly completely flip North Carolina. That will give them a fighting chance at this battle or competition, really, to be at equal footing. And in a comment that President Trump made, he said that flipping a seat, it will help not just North Carolina have the opportunity, but it'll also help the America First agenda, meaning that not just North Carolina can benefit from this, but the entire nation as well. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on KW Lawholic.